This is game number 3. Daut has Franks and then Britons for Twigg. Whoa, and they're so close together. Wow. Like, Twigg is so close to Daut that he should just walk over and be like, hey, neighbor, do you have a cup of sugar? Like, what? Imagine if Twigg goes man-at-arms or Daut goes man-at-arms. Make the barracks here, make the barracks here. Be on the same part of the screen. Crazy. Gold and stone and wood on the back for Twigg. There's no shortage of wood for him. For Daut, he's just got one wood line on the back, but a few other arounds. I'd say normally in this Civ matchup, it's all about mobility and eco with Franks. It's going to be a little bit more difficult in some ways to use the mobility as Franks if you're so close to the Briton player. Archers are slow, so the closer they are in many ways can be good. I guess it depends, right? Because Daut could just arrive to Twigg's base that much faster since they're so close. My point is I think the Briton range will matter a lot more in Castle Age here. What is that lumber camp? Daut! What? Am I crazy? Or is that a questionable lumber camp? I feel like this is a good lumber camp. 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 Even this is a good lumber camp. But he's placed the lumber camp on the edge of a wood line. All right. Not so good if he chops through a layer of trees. Gold on the back is good for Daut. And neither player has been very lamey. We've not seen scouts go forward to steal resources. So it should be pretty fair in that regard. Yeah, it's like Twigg's showing us how it's done. He chops through his twigs, and then he's still got a well-placed lumber camp. That won't be the case for Daut. It's not questionable. It is directly bad. Listen, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. As a caster, you never want to say that it is 100% a bad thing. Both to be nicer to the player, so they don't trash talk you in the next Hidden Cup video. But also because then you're never wrong, right? If I say that Daut should do something, but it depends, and then he does something different and he wins, it still don't look bad. But like the depends word, it always saves the reputation of the caster. Do not question the ways of the Lord. Okay, listen. With all that said, this is a bad lumber camp. 100% a bad lumber camp. I wasn't going to say anything, but you know, you hear the Daut is Lord, Daut does no wrong meme one too many times, and it's time to be honest. No, not that I lie to you guys. I'm just making jokes, but sometimes the depends does save the reputation of the caster. Yeah, there's nothing worse than placing something like that and then knowing a lot of people are going to watch, I'm sure. What happened, I wasn't on his Fog of War at the time, but right when he placed it, I toggled to it, and he didn't have this area scouted, so I think he assumed the wood line extended a bit further. Daut sees where Twigg is. He knows where Twigg's gold is, where his berries are, where the wood is. Twigg encountering a common problem where you don't find your opponent as early because you would assume that he'd be over here. You would never think that they're going to be in the south. Like, he might be thinking now, is he in the north? But then he sees this 4-tile gold. It's very important to know how many tiles that is. He checks the stone, 4 tile. Yeah, Daut's got to be around here somewhere. Daut's getting loom. Daut drops off food a little bit late, and boom, feudal age. Meanwhile, Twigg is making 3 militia. This will be a drush for Twigg, who still has not located Daut. He's getting close. He's beginning to wall up as well. Okay, now he sees Daut's houses. He'll know the TC's probably over here. This is unfortunate, man. He still hasn't found where Daut's taking any resources. But at least he knows where Daut is. He'll start sending the militia forward. Daut did not scout that barracks. But I think he's expecting something like man-at-arms, so he's prepping the walls anyways. There's his own barracks. Remember, he's Franks. And Twigg will send the militia around. Daut has every intention of chasing this scout down when he's in feudal. I think Twigg has every intention of going up to feudal age soon after this attack. You see there, He's getting loom. He has the food. And Daut, surprise. Okay, now Daut's got a quick wall. So let's talk key areas. Quick wall, Daut! Oh, trap him. Oh, make a gate. Oh, man. I thought Daut was going to go for the trap of his lifetime there. The key areas you want to hit when someone's going scouts is the berries and the wood line. Towering a gold, attacking a gold obviously does nothing because they're not even using that. If you're drushing, you want to hit the berries, but if you can't, then you just force walls as much as possible. And Daut will make the stable. I'm not a fan of the stable spot. I'd prefer it be further out. I'd like to see him be able to protect his, or have more farm space around, but it's not the worst. What's the follow-up for Twigg? We look back at his base. Walling to this side. And he has 3 on gold, so he could go for man-at-arms. He could send a spearman forward. But we will see at least 1 range for Twigg. Nubsteri, none of the games in the round of 32 are live because there's so many games. There were 4 best-of-5s yesterday, 4 best-of-5s today, and then 4 best-of-5s tomorrow and on Sunday. So all these games have already happened, but they've never been seen. So it's basically a live game, except you guys don't have to wait an hour and 30 minutes between each set. So it saves everyone's time.
Ready.
I think Twigg could consider man-at-arms here. But you send the spearman first. You send the spearman forward. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe you save this res for eco upgrades and then get fletching for the archers. Yeah, especially since Daut might be thinking about heading over to your base. You want the spearman at home. Twigg is close to being fully walled. It is risky to run out here, but he could do it. If he had just scouted this, I think he would have built his ranges diagonally towards this wood line and then go boop, boop. Daut makes the decision instead of counterattacking because he doesn't see a spear to take out the militia. So all around, good play from both players. This is a straight up clean and good, well-fought game from both. Daut with the easiest micro he'll have today. Takes out those 3 militia who really didn't stand a chance. Will Daut add a range? I think the answer is yes. Where and when is the question. The range for skirmisher is needed, and there it is. Twigg working on walling. Twigg will have to wall back here. Okay, so he's gone for the smaller walls. I think the second Twigg's walled, he should push forward. Just checking for holes here. I think there might be a hole between the palisade and the blacksmith. If you're walled, you know it's going to take time for Daut to get the skirmishers out, so start pushing forward. There's no risk that he's going to do any damage to you at home. And Daut's just tracking this all the way in. Now, you should make an extra scout or 2 in this situation, I think. You still want to have good map control. Having the scouts with your skirmishers are perfect. The skirms can mainly be used for those archers. Or, sorry, for the spearmen is what I meant to say. Yeah, you take out the spears, then the scouts are still fine. Daut under pressure right now. It's off the 44 food that's left on the berries, and he's also idled with the wood line. Guys, he just has 1 lumber camp right now, so his wood eco is harassed big time. And these are fletching archers. And Daut's skirmisher will go down. Like, Daut's macro seems pretty good, but he is getting out-microed right now. A scout goes down. Getting armor for the skirms. Twigg, maybe too focused on the front. He gets housed. And badly. Okay, so Twigg, it's officially reached the stage where the skirmishers are going to be worrying. So, it's tough to know what to do in this situation. Usually, you just gotta run. Run away. Keep your numbers alive. In Castle Age, you could add knights against those skirmishers, so it's not the best move for Daut long term, but for the mid game, Daut's in a good position. You could make your own skirms to match it, or you could just be a massive micro nerd with more numbers. Daut also housed, I noticed. That's why he's getting wheel. So sloppy from both players when it comes to that. 2 of those scouts are 1 volley away from going down. Daut could still use those to distract. It's not even about the scouts right now. It's more so about the ranged units. Remember, Britain ranges work faster. So if Twigg wants to out-pop with ranges, he could still just do that. Daut making a second range now and forced to make a tower on the wood line. You know those little walls we talked about with Daut in game 1 and game 2? And how he goes for the small walls to take control, and then he takes his resources and collects them in the next stage? This is the downside of going for the tiny walls. Because if you play open with tiny walls and you don't take control, then Twigg has control and it's hard to counterattack him. So Twigg had more to do with walling, but I think for now, he's going to be happy with the fact that Daut's not pushing him. I say for now because Daut still has full skirmisher, and Daut's still on the hill. A Twigg. Oh, the beautiful micro from Twigg. Oh! Fancy micro. He just needs to get his own skirms in here. Especially since the scouts are so weak. Adding your own skirms, no problem with that. Fighting uphill against Daut. In the end, it ends up being very close. But the resources that Twigg has seems to be a lot higher. He's also looking at 9 skirms against Daut's 9 skirms, and he could maybe just send the archers around. And what's to stop him from separating his skirmishers from his archers if Daut sends the scouts forward? Daut's having some big eco problems. Twigg's about to click up. The Twigg now adding a stable at home. He's got some wild farms over here. I don't know if he needs to have that much on wood. He probably should be placing the farms as we speak. And Twigg just decides, let's back away. We'll take out the scouts. Oof. And play defensive. Guys, Twigg is on the way up. Daut nowhere close to clicking up. I think Twigg should stay on the hill with his skirmishers. 12 against 7. Nope, I lied. Never do that. Never do that. You could add a scout or 2 here, though.
Grayton?
Daut catching up with resources, has enough skirmishers to kill some vills. Twigg will probably pull the weak ones, so it takes some time. 2 scouts, I think you take the fight. But you might be tempted to make 1 scout just to get Daut off your back. The archers, skirmishers still alive. There's actually an archer behind the wood line, so Daut finally makes another lumber camp over here. There it is. Great awareness from Twigg, too. Yep, he shows the fact he has a scout. Sometimes you can wait for knights. Here, I think you get a good advantage over Daut before Daut upgrades these units. He engages. Daut reacts, but it's still skirmishers against scouts. And then over here, Twigg is in. Does he want to fight before upgrades, though? I think you back away. Wait for crossbow at least. A knight could join. Twigg's micro is perfect here, too. We missed it because of everything else, but he pulled this 1 scout away, which is weak. Daut's lost 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 skirmishers so far. 26 military versus 15. For the first time in this series, Daut is in Castle Age after Twigg. Whew. Thank you, Lord Ix. It's one of my greatest accomplishments ever. Kappa. Britons are so good here, too, because you get the extra range in your archers. You now could add a second TC.
Ready.
It's so cheap to do so. I'd say maybe make it on this side of the gold, since that seems to be a problem area for him. 1 or 2 knights is fine. Daut will get to elite skirm. Seems like it anyways. Twigg, perfect micro, and I think Twigg is going to have ballistics in a moment. Where are the knights? Oh, we've got more crossbows over here. No knights. Just microing on this side. He's pressuring Daut on this side. Daut's in big trouble. Daut cannot lose a significant fight. If he loses a significant fight, it's over. Oh, and elite skirmisher takes so long to complete, guys. Twigg on both sides, all over Daut. Here, he's still looking at 8 range on the crossbows. Daut's halfway to elite skirm. Loses another one, and another one. And another one over here. Now a knight comes in. The knight could attack lumberjacks, but most importantly, could be used against the skirms. I think you just pass. Just pass and use what's now... Sorry, you use what is against now elite skirm. Over here, Daut made a knight, loses the knight, also lost all of those skirmishers. That trade was so bad for Daut. But Daut holds on for now, though. I think Twigg, since he's only on 7 crossbows and most are weak, will have to bail. Second TC on the way for Twigg. Did he get ballistics? Oh, it's on the way. Okay. So no armor, which is a bit of a surprise. Daut just wants to go full skirm now. I see him making a university. What's in the tower? Oh, villagers. They're gone now. Okay, now that +2 armor's in and soon ballistics, it can be really complicated for Twigg to engage against these skirmishers. Yeah, once the knights have armor, though, it's a different story, and then armor's on the way. And, oh, Twigg with the 2 crossbows behind the wood line. So annoying. Daut forced to leave that wood line temporarily to clean that up.
1990. You
Oh, he's trying with the skirmishers. 2 knights won't be enough to win the game, but it's certainly enough to tank the skirmisher fire and get damage in. Twigg is on point with his Micah right now. And takes out another skirmisher, runs away. And here he's got to bail entirely, and he does. Okay, eco update. Daut, 1 TC. Desperate to hold on. Market now. Probably to buy... Like, look at how much gold he has. He's probably going to buy stone for a 2nd TC. Twigg has been on 2 TCs, but must have had idle time. And is now going to a 3rd.
ready.
Still missing some crucial eco upgrades, which has been plaguing Twigg all series. The players are so close. This is all about control. I mean, if Daut's able to get skirmishers forward, he could easily take control over this game. But he needs to get them forward. He's currently chasing over here, so he'll deal with that. At the same time, lost 3, I think maybe 4 villagers there. Another thing that Franks have in their arsenal is a very cheap castle. So what I'm envisioning is maybe Daut goes for a lot of skirms and knights. Takes control. Oh, Twigg is even using the scouts here. Well done. And then drops a castle on these forward town centers. But can he ever push forward, or is he going to consistently have to stay at home to defend himself? Daut's eco looks like a mess. It looks like there was a challenge between the two. One could wall and one could not. That's what this looks like. When obviously that's not the case. Daut has never been able to secure his base with any walls because he's fallen so far behind. Yeah, horse color is obviously a big deal. And probably you'd want to have horse color at this stage of the game if you're Twigg. But when you're going archers, it matters so little. Because you can still create villas out of 3 TCs with that number of farms. You're still going to have the numbers out. I think Twigg needs a workshop. Either needs a workshop or he's going to need to have some knights. He's actually chosen to send the knights to the wood line. And there's the workshop. Yeah, he needs a mangonel. It's actually pretty common when going into archers to skip horse color for a while. Just ask Nikov. Okay, maybe the wrong person to ask, but my point is it could still be fine for Twigg. I think Daut's definitely got to have an all-in focus. 2 TCs is fine here. I think stick with that. Oh, 3 TCs. Okay. Try and turn this into +2 knights with the skirmishers. You definitely need to keep the skirmishers alive. You'll need them. Yeah, we can't see the player seed on the overlay, so you can just ask about that. Daut, I think, was seed 10, and Twigg was around seed 35 or 40. Chat can help you out. Chain barding now for Daut. It's crazy what he's been able to afford. Yep, 10 versus 42. Thank you, Amounts. Okay, but if the mangonel hits the skirms, like, that's more than enough crossbows to deal with 3 knights. Or now 5 knights, even with +2. If the skirms are out of the picture, this is big trouble for Daut. But winnable. Game 1, Daut got ahead. He won easy. Game 2, Daut got ahead. I don't want to say he won easy, but he won comfortably. Game 3, Twigg gets ahead. Daut hanging in there. So there's clearly a difference with the resilience of the players. Leather archer armor now. We've got 29 crossbows for Twigg. Soon more, but he's got to get houses out. I've seen that happen a lot to him this game, getting housed. Daut does have the stone for a castle. Oh my god. This is going to be it. Daut's going to try it right here. And he's going to try and... He's going to, as Daut would say, end the game with a castle. But that could mean that he could lose the game with the castle. Oh my god, the skirmishers! Daut! All the attack rounds from Twigg. I think those knights are going to go down. But they will clear out all the mangonels. Not before one final shot came in. Twigg's forced to hit and run with these crossbows. He's doing his best. The knights are on the skirmishers. Daut might lose this castle. It's a meme, alright. But it's a meme based on reality. This is going to be a Daut castle. Daut's going to... You can't make it up, ladies and gents. 52%. 55%. That's not going up. Twigg can also take out the knights. Daut has no more skirmishers remaining. He's got to try and make a few more. And I think Twigg will be very happy about that. Killed villagers, the waste of stone for Daut, and a waste of military for Daut as well. Remind me in between games, I'll install the Daut Castle mod to put his face on castle foundations. Yeah, Twigg happy to micro here. There's so few numbers. Daut's going to go for Desperation Mangonel shots, I think. The only reason I could really see him making a siege workshop is to go for Mangonels. If you're Twigg, you can do a couple things. You could put that food into light calf. Or you could just sell 100 food, sell 500 wood, and go up to Imp. Get your own castle, and of course benefit from extra range once you are an Imp with Britons. Daut's going to do everything he can to mass a force to try and combat this and finish that castle. Yep, looks like he's used the market a bit. He will be on his way. 4th TC now for Twigg in the back, too. I think Daut's been on 4. Did he add a 4th? Nope, just 3 for Daut. Yep, Twigg will just play defense now. He's actually damaging his own knights if he attacks the castle foundation like that. Yeah, he'll just play defense. He knows how important it is to keep his numbers of crossbows alive. He sends in his knights. He takes out the Mangonel. He can now attack the skirmishers. Daut's in big trouble. Not only is it going to be tough for Daut to really benefit from Imp, because he doesn't have many knights, and Franks have garbage skirmishers, so you really don't want to be going into that. Oh! Oh, the split from Twigg. What a play! Oh, Daut fired right in the middle of the group, and Twigg dodged it. It was like that happened in slow motion there, right? Because Daut saw the split. He still fired in between the units. So I'm not sure if that was an attack round from Daut or what. It wouldn't surprise me. But he's going to try and finish this castle after completing this castle, I guess. Is he going to have 2 Daut castles? 2 Daut castles in a game. Hey, listen. If you make 2 Daut castles in game 3, then you're using up your Daut castle for game 4. It makes sense. Might not be a Daut castle after all. Oh! Oh, I'm getting so stressed out, man. Okay, the Mangonel goes down. Twigg's castle should go up. Of course, Twigg will be an Imp, so we can just make trebuchets from this castle. Twigg's got to be careful. Daut's trying to complete the castle. He's waited very patiently for this. What is happening? Daut's sending everybody. I think... Are both castles going to go up? No. Yes. It's a double Daut castle. 97% for Twigg. Oh my god. How? And now Daut's going to go up to him? So the Daut castle taketh away, but the Daut castle also giveth for the Lord. It was all part of his master plan. This was predestined to happen. Oh my god. I would be so utterly tilted if I was Twigg. Honestly, Twigg could finish that. Like, if he... Okay, he's going to make his own castle here. He has Arb with 10 range, so I think you could address this by patrolling on this side and then send 10 vills. Oh my goodness. I feel bad for Twigg about that one. It looked fine. Now, if his food eco was a bit better, he could have just had a few light cav there. Doubt's going to say that one was calculated, but my goodness. The Arbs have to chase these back. Such a good move from Daut because Twigg has yet to be able to do anything with his faster imp. I say that as some of the Arbs are going forward, though, and Daut has to be careful. Still, lack of army momentum for Daut. What do you do with this castle? Do you delete it? It was at 96%. Do you want the stone back? I guess you have to, but he probably won't. You only get 4% of the stone back. Rip.
Mandatum?
Knight's still back there. They will go down. Twigg will have to push, and I think Daut will hope to engage with the skirmishers against the Arbs and then make a switch into paladin. Now, a castle here protects... It partially protects the gold, but more so protects the farm and wood eco there. He's got the skirms waiting on the hill. Twigg sees it and has to back away. What a game! Twigg does see that Daut has gold in the south, but he also doesn't have Arbs there right now. You see how big of a difference having arbalest with bracer makes against skirms. And Franks do not have good skirmishers. Daut with only 27 on food will try and go for cap. He'll get there. I don't know how many he'll get to. As Twigg will now make a tech switch into the pointy boys. Well, Daut will lose his castle. I think he might be tempted to use the Mangonels against the Trebs, but the Arbs and the castle's there. So the Mangonels go down, as does the castle. Twigg still has way more military, as he will now place a castle here. Also a town center on this extra gold. No relics collected. Twigg catching up with eco upgrades. He knows he needs the food eco for the pointy boys, and for Daut, it's a very one-sided comp. So Twigg he's been through a lot in this game. Is he able to deal with the mobility of the Cavalier now? Britons have to stay walled. They have to add walls behind the walls in this case, if it's palisades. And you've got a snowball a push. Don't worry about relics. Don't worry about eco expansion much, Twigg. Just mass a big ball of military. That way Franks can't kill you. Daut did research chivalry, and that affects both the production of the stables, but also the stable upgrades. So something tells me Daut's waiting for Paladin. He's only got 16 cav, and Paladin will be in at 49 minutes and 22 seconds. It will not take that long. Daut knows he has to engage before Halb. He has to engage before there's more Halberdiers. Halberdier will actually be in before Daut can engage with Paladin, and these barracks, well, they're not all producing, but they could be. Oh, boy. I mean, this is the correct play for Daut. Just try and brute force your way through. Because you can't. It's not like you can use your resources to do anything else with Franks. Axemen won't work here. Skirmishers are meh. I do like how he's thinking of using the mobility and sending cav around this way. He could raid that gold. Maybe even castle it later. Just repairing this castle to buy time. Twigg senses the cav. It looks like he spotted them. And not the best quick walls I've ever seen. You could maybe get Halberdiers over here to deal with it. That's good for Daut for now. And now the main fight. Daut's about to get Paladin. Twigg actually takes a lot of this fight before Paladin's in. Now Paladin's in. I don't think Daut has enough here. 13? Is it enough? Twigg backs away. He might lose his Trebs here. He's hitting. He's running over here. Those Paladins haven't been dealt with yet. Trebs will survive. And yeah, Daut backs away. It just... You got 25 there, maybe. He's got 16 now. Is it cheaper for Franks to repair castles? No, it's not. It's just the cost of the castle. You still spend the same amount of stone to repair. So, I actually don't think Daut wins this game by engaging this army. That's how Britons win this game. Daut, if he's going to win this game, He has to spread it out, and I think he has to hit this side. And then he has to hit this side in different groups. Is it cheaper to repair? It should be cheaper to repair. Whatever. Guys, I have never really seen an instance where Frank Castles being cheaper to repair has mattered. That might actually be true. Maybe today I learned. I don't know. I don't think it matters. What matters now is if Daut's able to spread those paladins out. Like, get past the walls, get into the eco, and then force Twigg to send his force that should be going forward back into his own base. I think we're about to see that attempt from Daut. He's got more eco. He's got the better one-dimensional comp, but the two-dimensional comp, and that's a beautiful gate from Twigg, is so tough for him to counter long-term. How important was the extra layer of house walls there for Twigg? Twigg has to push forward. Like, maybe you send the rest of the units from the barracks, the new units from the barracks, to deal with the paladins in the north and the south, but you have to continue your push. Especially as Daut has 3 relics now. Like, Daut's eco is getting stronger. You have to make sure it's worse. Alright, so Yeoman now, so more range for the Arbs. The university's researching chemistry, which tells me Daut does want to make skirms, but that's not going to happen. Well, the skirms will happen. Chemistry will not happen. Rip to the university. Wait a second. Oh, it went down. Okay. Daut tried in the south. It got gated out. Daut just keeps getting jigated. Now, onagers is a huge throw, especially now that the arbalest have 11 range. Arbalest don't stand a chance. You've got it. Daut's doing everything he can. You go paladin, skirm, that's your best bet. Just how you can use the force, the position you're using it from. Onager would never work in this situation. Also, Franks, they don't get siege ram. Paladins with a bunch of siege ram could do something. It's just about Daut hitting the proper spots, but Twigg is forcing him to take fights. This is a good play. Twigg is kind of defending the other side. He's at least addressing the other side while pushing the main bulk of Daut's farming eco. But Daut takes out 1 trip. Daut takes out 2 trips. Daut takes out 3 trips. Daut takes out 4 trebuchets. Oh, that was such an expensive loss. But remember that Twigg does have good trash units. So as long as he keeps 40 Arbs alive and spams Halberdier, it still could be really tough for Daut. And Twigg will take that relic and say thank you very much. Let's look at Daut's economy, guys. Oh, there's a 3-tile gold there. That could be massive for Daut. He's trying to take the northern area now. He'll take this gold. He'll take this stone. We'll castle this hill. How much military do you need as Franks to counter Britons? Because Britons get to around 90 to 100. I would say you probably need 70. If you get to 70 with 130 vills, I think that can do it. Maybe 50 even, depending on how it works. 69, that's true. Yeah, maybe 1 more villager's good. But it's about pop efficiency. Like, if Daut had 100 military right now, it'd be GG. It's just too expensive for him to get to 100 military. Whereas for Britons, because Arbs are pretty cheap, Halberdiers are pretty cheap, it's not so difficult. If Twigg wins this game, Daut has definitely made him earn it. What do I always say about Britons? It's hard to kill with Britons. It's hard to kill the Britons. Very tough civ to push with because they don't have any real power units. And very tough civilization to push against. And Twigg's also being extremely cautious, which I think he should be. You know, patrol the Halbs in. I don't think Daut can fight that. This is a good little raid from Twigg. I don't know if going light cav right now is the play. You probably still want to keep your population with Halbs. Like, in theory, you have 20 light cav against the skirms and it's good. But then that's 20 less Halberdiers, which you need for the paladins. I actually make the mistake a lot when I'm going like Arb and they're going skirm. I'll go light cav in situations where sometimes sticking with Halb is the way to go. Daut forgot about this. As that TC goes down, the villager goes down. What does GL stand for? It stands for Good lord. Good lord or good luck is what it stands for. Daut wants the relic, and the monk gets sniped. And his chemistry is just now about to be completed. Yeah, Frank's skirmishers are pretty garbage. Chemistry will help. I guess they're both fighting over this relic right now. Daut's making another monk. Twigg has one out here. Yeah, it's nice of Daut to wish Twigg good luck, but he didn't say have fun. So I don't know if you can consider that very respectful from Daut. It's a shame. But it's cool that he added that. Like, this is just Daut being lazy, you know? He can just say good luck with his username so he doesn't have to say it before the game. This hill's huge. Yeah, Daut's going to lose this hill now. Keep an eye on the amount of farmers Daut has. Having 32 is not that impressive. I think upwards of 60 and you're good. Especially with the gold. I'd like to see Twigg use some rams or any form of siege to take out these buildings, so it will hurt Daut's production. I was wondering if it was Daut being proactive to head to the north, or if he was reacting. He's actually reacting to this, and so he sent the only paladins he has to this side, where halberdiers are already prepped. Skirmisher after skirmisher is dying here. It's crazy. Look at the KD for Twigg. It's getting so strong now. That's a good trade, too. Might end up losing the trebuchet, but took out so many of those paladins. I'd say that's worth it for Twigg. Also taking out Daut's houses. I mean, slowly but surely, these things are going to matter. Lack of space is an issue for Daut. The arbs are just everywhere. The halberdiers are still raiding here. Daut has not reacted to that. And I saw them there 5 minutes ago. No gold income for Twigg, though. Do you consider going light cav here? I think you do. Just for a bit more mobility. At least having the stables as an option. Maybe sneaking some villagers over to this side to raid the back of Daut's farming eco past the castle. Maybe not if halberdiers seem to be doing the job, but I see him getting chain barding. Daut only has 137 pop. I think Daut's dead. I think we're going to a game 4. I mean, he does have paladin here, but does he have enough paladins to deal with 46 arbs and halberdiers with full upgrades? I mean, the Britain player has more farms than the Frank player. That should tell you what the eco situation's like. Obviously, that stable's a goner. Even if it's just a capped ram, it'll go down. The paladins will eject out the backside. Yeah, Daut knows. Can't engage yet. Okay, Daut finally reacted to that. And Twigg reacts to Daut reacting, and we'll send the helps back here. Well played from Twigg. Like, raiding with helps is actually great. Because Daut has a lot of cav, and that's it. And crappy skirms. I think Daut's going to have a go with his paladins. For the first time in a long time, he's spending his gold on paladins. He was hoping maybe to hold off with light cav and skirm and then go for a big 30-40 paladin switch with all that gold. You've got to produce paladins, Daut. Range is going down here. Daut sending a small group of those paladins. Oh, there is an overchop for Twigg. I mean... Oh, he reacted to it. What a play. Guys, that is a player who's paying close attention to the minimap. Well played. With everything else going on, to see that and to make those stone walls is huge. Clutch move from Twigg. We'll see if he reacts to this. It looks like he has. He's reacting to the fact that Daut has the treb there. So he is all over the place. He sees everything. He's also raiding Daut's farms with pointy boys. Again, if you're new, this is normally not a thing. Twigg has made it happen. He's raiding the wood line. He's raiding the farms. His villagers and a halve attacking the treb. Daut, notice it. Daut, notice it. Okay, Daut noticed it. Well played. He'll keep his treb alive for now. He's still knocking on the door on this side, but there's still stone walls there. Do you guys think Twigg should have added trebs? I know he doesn't have gold, but it's a little bit concerning to me that Daut's been able to bank up so much of it himself because he's had both the neutral golds. And Twigg hasn't sold food to get gold and make something like 1 treb. Okay, there it is. Okay, here's the second treb. Like, he's been sitting on this hill, and Daut hasn't been able to touch him. He needs to take out these castles. And also, Daut's 3 relics are right behind here, too. Daut has 23 paladins. He could actually do this, couldn't he? Look at this. Look at the amount of military he has. What did I say? We said 70 military for Franks? And 100 for Britons? And also, the stables produce quickly. It gets to a certain stage in the game with Britons. They have no power units. They haven't finished off the game. It's a real struggle. This might be that time. Daut didn't even have conscription. I didn't realize that one. Getting conscription right now. His units will create even faster. I think Daut should wait for 200 pop. Why not wait for another 12 paladins? Yeah, well, he's going to hit 200 pop now. So here we go. And Twigg has to back away. He knows he'll lose this fight. This is the worst realization you ever want to have. Because you need to fight to win. But if you fight, you lose. Or that's what it feels like anyways. Let's see how this trade goes. Oh my god. Frank Paladins, full upgrades, 192 population. The comeback of all comebacks from Daut. But wait a second. He's losing all of his eco at the same time. So he's going to get a huge power spike in population of military because he has a lot queued. But the only reason he's going to have more than 100 military in a second, at least most likely, is because he's lost so much eco. He also could lose this side soon. Daut needs to have a way to kill Twigg, who's now backing away in between his barracks, and also does have light cav with full upgrades. Oh, Daut. I mean, both players below 100 villagers right now, but now can Daut win this fight? I don't know if Daut can win this fight. Twigg's got halberdiers queued, suddenly the skirmishers are all gone, and now Daut's running away. 150 pop for Daut yet again. What? What a crazy comeback from the comeback here from Twigg. And now Daut's rolling his trebs back to his base. And now he doesn't have gold. That's the kicker. Like, he needs to have gold to beat Britons. He doesn't have gold anymore. He's mined through all of his gold in the back. So every paladin he loses, he's not going to be able to replenish. And I think it's still a bit dicey for Twigg, actually. Man, these paladins are so strong. As long as Twigg keeps halberdiers in front of the arbs, I think he'll be okay. Still protecting the treb on this side. Daut could repair. Maybe even switch sides like he did earlier. And now the treb's coming back from Twigg. Yeah, I mean, definitely the game of the series. No question. Because the first game was pretty conclusive. And then second game was a bit closer. But this whole series has been all Daut until game 3. Yeah, Twigg sees this now. He knows that Daut's arriving with the paladins. So many of them are weak. And the halberdiers that are arriving have the hill. Deja vu or Daut Javu here, as Daut will take out the treb, but will lose a lot of paladins. And now there's a treb here from Twigg. Daut needs to defend. Daut with more vills. Daut back to 50 military, though. Common problem for him is he doesn't have the military numbers. So actually, one thing you can do is just survive with more eco and hope to get the positions to take the better fights. But this is not the position Daut wants to be in. One treb down. That castle could go down. These trebs could go down. Twigg is still missing handcart. Good point. Yeah, that is a pretty big one. I'm not sure what's up with Argentinians and missing eco upgrades in tournaments. But that hurts. Still don't know if it will matter with the resources he has banked up right now. Light Cav Addition was definitely good, especially now that Daut can't afford many paladins. You actually have better Light Cav. Or no, what am I talking about? You don't have better Light Cav, but Frankish light cav aren't that great. While they do get a little bit of extra HP, 72 HP is less than most civs with bloodlines.
Ready.
We hate eco in Argentina. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Twigg is just gonna abandon taking out this castle? And he's gonna raid this side. And it's a perfect spot to raid. Daut just got above 60 farmers. Good luck now, Daut. Also, Daut had the paladins here for a while, and Twigg will try and wall this. Will Daut notice? Quick wall from Twigg? Ooh, that could hurt. If Daut notices that, I think he's got a lot of other problems right now. Light cav on the eco here. Light cav on the eco here. Daut up to 180 population. Is 80 military yet again. He could also snipe villagers here from Twigg. Has not noticed this. I can't help but feel like if he notices right now, this could swing. I feel like if this ever goes to YouTube, we are going to have the YouTube thumbnail is going to be 2 people on a seesaw, Daut on one end, and a tree on the other end, because I don't have a picture of Twigg's face. Like, this has been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And now we have halberdiers destroying a town center. I mean, why not? I guess the skirmishers are here. That's why not. But send the light cav in. Daut will have big problems. Daut, notice this. Oh, okay, I think Twigg is aware, though. Twigg will send the halbs over. And here you have Daut with the light cav. Both players continuously adding villagers. Actually, it's mainly Daut that's been adding villagers. But Daut's also losing more villagers. I say that as Twigg drops down to 70, so obviously that's not true. Let's talk about where you send villagers when you make them. Twigg is sending them to places where there aren't resources anymore. Look at his gather points. Like here, no resource. I think if Daut holds, eco might win this game for him, but that's only if he can hold. There's 120 military for Twigg. Who needs eco? We don't need eco. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Yeah, he's not rebooming with vills. So all the resources that he did collect are working for him now. When you see 120 military come your way in Daut's position, you know you have to somehow weather that storm, because you'll be banking more res long term. But I don't know if Daut can. Honestly, how much food's left on the farms for Twigg? If he has auto farm on, some of these are going to start expiring because he only has 11 on wood. Okay, TC goes down. Daut will lose villagers. Yeah, Daut's going to be below 100 villagers himself. New TC for Daut on a wood line is important. 1 hour and 21 minutes in to this crazy, crazy game. I think Twigg realizes the importance of wood, thus the name, and he'll try and tread down that castle. Interesting to me how he just gave up the hill. I feel like Daut should raid with the paladins. Am I crazy for saying that? Like, raid with the paladins and just hold with skirmishers to the best of your ability. Like, the best way for Daut to win this game is to make it so Twigg can't make more military. He can't make enough paladins to really swing a fight. So I think you raid with these. He's lost so much of his farming eco. Daut's got most of his farms down here now. And there's a light cav or two. Got to pay attention to. Twigg noticed this as well. Let's look at Twigg scouting. Yeah, Twigg has seen... He scouted 97% of this map. But here goes Daut raiding with paladins. This is a good play. So you're not going to use that gold to swing the fight. But what you could do is you could raid the eco. Take out TCs. And then the future fights will be better for you if Twigg's economy is worse. Twigg still has almost double the military, though. Oh, there's light cat back here. How? How did he sneak back here? Oh, man. This is crazy. Doubt's also dealing with this raid. With his skirmishers, he's still raiding here. I don't agree with him attacking the TC underneath the castle fire. That's a bad play, in my opinion. I do like how he split up the paladins and light cav to this side. He's also raiding on this side. Oh, my God. What is happening? Twigg has 40 villagers and half are idle, but Daut has 60 villagers. You killed my eco. I killed your eco. Me no eco. You no eco. We no eco. We are eco-less brothers. Let us bond and form a team over our lack of eco. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. Collectively, there's less than 100 villagers now, which just does not happen in games that end up being close. Daut is making Twigg earn this. He's making Twigg earn this. Game 1 and 2 were really landslide victories for Daut, and otherwise, I'd say pretty boring. And Daut loses that castle. Now, as a player, you realize when you've killed that amount of villagers, right? So Daut will obviously know that he's taken losses, but he's still playing because he knows he's killed a lot. And he knows that eventually Twigg's going to feel like there's going to be repercussions. I just don't know if he can kill the ranged units. Like, that ball of ranged units is so tough for Daut to deal with. It's almost like he's got to go on another raid. 11 on wood, 28 on food, still no hand card for Twigg. But he has 112 military. Holy cow. Closing in on 1,000 kills for Daut and Twigg. Both pretty close to that. Twigg's not even really adding vills, though. That's what's funny. He sees his pop, and he's like, I've got this. But normally 150 pop means you've got 60 military and 90 vills.
What a time to be alive.
That's not the case here. Where you send villagers to is another question, and the game ends. Daut calls the GG with 69 villagers, while Twigg had 43. And a very good point. It was just brought up. If Twigg doesn't have economy, there's nothing for Daut to raid.
90 fun and greatness of the Lord Daut.
Daut. The king sends word to the light cav and paladins. Go raid the enemy eco. This is where it's located on the map. Right here. So the men strategize. They prepare. They get the supplies. They show up to the exact spot their king has ordered them to arrive to, and everything's already killed. And then there's no men at home to defend the homeland. Oh my God. 300 IQ to lose villagers. Because there's nothing for Daut to raid. What a game. And congratulations to Twigg, seriously. While Daut destroyed him in game 1 and game 2, and while Daut made it very difficult for Twigg to win here in game 3, I hope that you guys realize how good the players who just miss out on the top 20, top 30 are. Twigg played very well there. What a ridiculous game. I can't wait to look at the timeline. Like, this is insane. But it also doesn't look quite as insane because we don't realize how it's scaled. Because when Twigg lost eco, so did Daut. So it would look a lot more different if Daut wouldn't have lost eco during that period. But so much military and imp for Twigg, and that's why he won it. Daut did a good job of switching sides. Can we be honest, though? Twigg was really unlucky with the Daut castles, right? Like, what should have happened is his castle would have gone up. He would have got arbalest and bracer. He would have made trebs. Daut's second castle would have never gone up. And then Twigg should have won early. Like, I'm happy for Twigg because otherwise it would have been a throw. 99% of the map explored by both Daut and Twigg. You know, I once saw a 800 elo, low elo legends scout 100% of the map in a shorter period of time. So low elo legends confirmed competitive in King of the Desert 3. Well, we've got a game 4. My upload structure when it comes to this tournament, because there's so many games, is that I will upload the most important stages in full. This being the round of 32, there's a lot of expected results, and there's a lot of dud games. Game 1 and 2 from this would be an example because Daut was so good. So this game will go to YouTube. And the whole best of 5, if you'd like to see who wins it and just watch all the other games, will be in the video description. Later on in King of the Desert 3, I'll upload more. But wow, good, amazing stuff there. Just shy of 1,000 kills for Twigg.